We need an expert. Who's the expert out there? What do you think this is, Vicky? Explain to them. The edging
really
is
soft.
super soft.
I think this part's mink trim.
And this possibly maybe
I don't know.
what did we just say? Coyote?
I don't know.
It's definitely vintage. It's in excellent condition. We just actually sold two nice
lining.
coats, like $400. So
Nice collar. It's really well made. Great condition.
yeah, I don't know. Makeup price for it listed for like $300, and and see maybe we get some viewers who will tell us what it is. Like hold that up so they can see, especially the back. Yeah.
Are you a fur expert? Do you know?
Come on, help us out a little
Is
bit.
that real? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Looks good.
It's really
It's
nice.
what, 100,000 for that?
Yeah, we'll do like 50 grand for you.
Wow, it's soft.
Yeah.
What is it?
That's
Well,
we don't
that's
know.
the
That's the question.
Oh,
$100 question right there.
Yep.
doesn't say anything?
No.
No.
Custom made coat.
Alright, surprise, it's made in my back here. I didn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just ask for a little bit of common sense from eBay. This is such a BS overall. So we get this buyer that buys a product, pretty expensive, $500 on November 10th, and almost immediately we get an email from PayPal saying did we ship this item, to let them know if we shipped it or we haven't shipped it yet, because it's possibly fraudulent transaction. So we respond, we haven't shipped it. I mean, it was like the guy bought it, 5 minutes later the email comes in, you know, from PayPal. So we marked not shipped. So PayPal puts this under review and tells us not to ship the item. 3 days go by, review is not done. Adrian calls PayPal. PayPal says still under review, we'll let you know within 48 hours. So I'm like, Adrian, why don't you call eBay, let them know what's going on with this, because we're gonna get a ding for not shipping on time. So he does. He calls eBay. What eBay says, they don't care. We're gonna get a ding for it, because I'm like, seriously? Isn't this common sense? PayPal tells us not to ship because it's a possibly fraudulent transaction or something. It's under review. So today is the 17th. It's still under review. No answer. We haven't shipped it. Most likely we're gonna get a ding for it. Come on, eBay, just common sense. Is it really my fault? So Vicky, what do you think about the new feature that it's on eBay? Did you notice? It's been on there for a couple weeks now.
What feature?
She didn't notice.
Well, maybe I did.
The 3-day thing?
No, I didn't.
You're not in the loop.
No. What 3 days?
Guaranteed 3-day shipping. Or 3-day delivery, I should say. When you go to the search now, and it's on the phone, on the app, and on the computer as well. So for example,
So you mean we can choose that?
a buyer, well, we have to opt into the, alright, why am I unsold? Okay, current listings.
This game will not give me really anything.
Right here on the top, when you're doing a search, it says guaranteed 3-day delivery. When you click on that, it will only bring people up and eliminate everybody else who
Oh,
are.
they filter everyone else out.
So they're making this pretty obvious right on top.
Right.
Same thing on the app when somebody's searching. I don't even know if we are opted into that or not. I don't think so. I know
Get
it
an
was.
email to opt in?
I think we did it one time, and I don't know if I opted in or not.
Oh no, that's straight right now, I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's still
How
in
can we do
data.
that though? Because you don't know who's going to buy it. I mean, if it takes, I mean, priority should be 3 days, but things happen. It's the post office, it's not us.
Yeah, I mean, you're always more welcome to shop around.
So like this product comes up, that it's, which doesn't make sense, that it's guaranteed by Wednesday, November 22nd. Today is 17. That's not 3 days.
Maybe they mean we have to print the label within 3 days.
No,
No.
because
Arrives.
you gotta have one business handling day with this.
Okay.
Maybe they're not, they obviously not counting the weekend then, Saturday,
Okay,
Sunday.
right.
But today would be considered, I think, a business day if they buy it today, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're here until.
So it's today and then it arrives on Wednesday. Technically 4 business days. It just doesn't. Now only 2 items showed up here. If I turn this off, it goes back to 69 items. Only 2 people hopped in. But if somebody checks that, it gives them a better chance to sell, right?
Yes and no. If nobody's clicking it,
Well, yeah,
then they're not, well,
but it's up there. It's pretty obvious. It's right on top. You know, they made it to look like engage with people to click that
yeah,
button.
well, I think as people get closer to Christmas, they're going to click that.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not thinking about it, maybe.
So the last few videos, quite a few of you asked the question, how do we operate our eBay room? How we keep our inventory? What's the procedures that we do? So I'm gonna spend actually a few minutes on this and walk you guys through how we do stuff here when it comes into the shop or when I buy it out on the street, in a thrift store, whatever it might be. So first stuff comes in, doesn't matter if I picked it up in a thrift store or not, it comes into the shop. We decide, test everything on the counters, and then goes into the actual eBay room when Vicky takes over. This is when you're gonna see everything that it's ready to be posted.
I'm sorry, I can't get this out. I've
What
been
do you mean
fighting
you
with
can
it.
this out?
I've been fighting with it. I can't get it out.
Lay it flat.
I tried. I
No,
have
lay
tricks.
lay the box flat.
This was my trick to slide it up. All right.
I gotta change the
Here, I'm gonna
exposure
hold
on
this.
this. Here, hold on.
Okay.
I guess this slide out, and that's
Yeah,
why I was
that's
catching.
normal.
I think that's.
It's a really heavy machine.
It is heavy.
Couldn't you pick it up?
I forgot this. That's how it goes, I think.
Yeah, it's a Freon.
That was an extra item. I actually picked this up today at Savers. There was an extra.
Here's the foot right there.
This.
Yeah.
A little foot. Somebody had a price on this, $19.95. I got this at Savers for what was the price? $7.99. $7.99.
Vintage Viking Husqvarna.
Yeah. $7.99. Hopefully we can get about $100 out of it. Everything works on it. I tested quickly, so. But anyway, going back to my setup here, our setup here. So everything comes in either to this room, and it's set out on the shelves, and this room, and then Vicky makes a decision what goes next. Whatever, I guess, whatever she feels like it goes next, pretty much. She'll put the crappy stuff on the bottom shelf, and then she lists
If I
the
think
list.
it's good money, I list it first.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, and then, you know, most of the stuff we test everything, like I said, in the shop. There'll be a little bit of testing done here too. But pretty much when it comes in here, she knows it's already in working order. She will still do a little bit of cleaning if it's necessary on certain items. And then from these two rooms, after it's done, completed, it moves to the next room. So after the item is posted, it comes to this room, gets a number that it's assigned to it, which is on the bottom of every posting that we make, and then it lands in this room. If it's bulky item, it goes on a big shelves. Like for example, if this receiver would sell, it would be sitting on shelf I3, and that's what's on the bottom of our posting. If it's a smaller item, it will go into these bins. So for example, A1, B1, C1, each bin holds roughly 15 to 20 items. Then we also have a quantity shelf, items that are multiples that go on this shelf. We got a little bit of clothing. This is a clothing rack here. Some stuff it's hanging up here, and then we got bins of shoes. They're also labeled S1, S2, S5. There's probably 5 or 6 bins there. On this side of the room, just boxes for shipping. If it's something super extremely big, it's just gonna sit loose somewhere in this room. Pretty obvious. Also on the bottom of the posting, what we do, we mark on the bottom of the posting who did the posting and how much we paid for it. The reason for that is if something goes wrong, we know who did it, if we need to figure something out. Or the bottom also will show the price. That's for future reference for us. If something doesn't sell, it needs to be reposted. We know how much we paid for it, so we can adjust the price accordingly. So we have all that data on the bottom of the posting, each posting, and that's a code that we use for every single posting. So that's how we mainly do everything for eBay. Now there is some items that are also listed on eBay, very few, but they're also in the store. Mainly like knives, small stuff that it sits locked up in a cabinet with the big stickers on them, eBay. So in case if it does sell in the store, we know right away to take it off the eBay before it goes out the door, because there's nothing worse that, you know, you sold it and then something 3 days later sells on eBay and you go, oh my God, where's that item? So that's pretty much how we do it. A very simple solution, and it works very, very well for us. Now, if you guys are curious overall how big is this room, there's a back part to it as well. Back there, this is our shop area when we need to fix something. So we really don't count this as a part of eBay. But this area, when everything is happening here for storing, shipping, packing, all the shipping supplies, this is about 25 feet wide and about 40 feet long. Now you would say, yeah, it is quite a big, but we do sell a lot of big, bulky items, so we do need the space. But just to give you a general idea, so when it comes to shipping, everything is happening here. Computer is set up here, printer, prepping table, all the immediate boxes that are needed for shipping, the boxes that we use the most, like, you know, original A, original B, medium. So it's very handy. It's right here. You just grab it. And then all additional boxes are sitting throughout here if we need some bigger boxes. There was also one more question. How many items do we have on average in this eBay room? Anywhere between 500 to 600. So what you see right now, we have, I think, listed like 560 or something like that. So that's how much room it takes. Half of this stuff will be bigger, bulkier stuff, and half of it, it's smaller in those bins. So if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll be glad to answer some if you do. And I think that's it for today, guys. Appreciate you watching. Till next time, cheers.